What is going on, guys? The first thing I want to talk about is driving tips for success. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. I've been teaching driving education for about 24 years. Through this time, I have amassed a lot of experience, and it's definitely going to help you be successful. The first thing I want you to do is make a plan for yourself in 2024. When you make plans for yourself, you have to put yourself first. You can't do it for your boy. You can't do it for your girl. You have to do it for you. And it's okay because driving takes time. It's a process. And with this process, you want to set aside some time. Like I'm setting aside time to make this for you because I know all the people that follow me and support me want to learn how to drive. I'm an authority in the field. I'm an authority in the transportation field. I'm in education. I'm in transportation. And I firmly believe teachers, and I'm a teacher, I firmly believe that teachers, school bus drivers, police officers, people from the military make really good instructors. You have to have a plan. And it doesn't take a car right now. COVID is now over. And because COVID is over, you need to take time. We have people who are 19, 20, 21. They're in their 20s, they're in their 30s. You need a plan. The first plan is make a commitment to learn how to drive. You have to get something called a TIP. A TIP is a temporary instruction permit. You need to go to the Secretary of State. You're going to have to take a knowledge test. This could be 21 questions, 24 questions, 36 questions. It varies based on the United States and where you are. There's a small fee. It could be $15. It could be $25. You probably are going to take an Uber or a Lyft to get there, or maybe your bestie or your mom and dad might drop you off. Tell them, Mom and Dad, I'm going to be a while. I want to take this test and I want to pass it. Your goal, your number one goal is to pass that temporary instruction permit test. Then you're going to get a permit. You passed. You're going to get a permit. You're going to take that permit and you're going to start practicing. I would not practice during rush hour. I would practice during off peak hours. I have a lot of videos on my channel that will help you learn how to drive. Consider me like your uncle. I'm your instructor, I'm your mentor, and I'm going to offer you support to help you reach your goal. Your goal is to become a safe driver. It takes time. It won't happen in 3 months or 6 months, but you have to take that first step. If you don't take that first step, you're going to always be wondering. You're going to be 19. Man, I need to get my permit. You're going to be 23. Man, I need to get my permit. You're going to be 25. Man, I need to get my permit, and so on and so on. Stop procrastinating. Go ahead and get out there and get it done because you're going to start to build that independency just like me. Taking the time to make this video for you, to encourage you to support, to encourage you to do it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself. You can't do it for your mom. You can't do it for your dad. You can't do it for your boy. You can't do it for your girl. It's got to be for you. Let's get back to you practicing. What does a good practice session look like? I have a lot of videos on my channel. A good practice session, you get into the car, you lock the door, you put on your seatbelt, you adjust your seat. You want to have a bend in your arms, you want to have a bend in your legs. And when you have that bend in your arms and bend in your legs, now you can safely turn the steering wheel left and right. If you've been in a car before, safety is the number one thing. Put on that seatbelt. Then you want to put your foot on the brake, and many of you will have a push to start. This is where you push a button. You have a key fob. Let's pretend this battery pack is a key fob. You put this key fob in your pocket, in your purse. Then you put your foot on the brake. The car will not start if you don't put your foot on the brake. You put your foot on the brake. You hear the car start. Vroom, vroom. Okay, your heart's beating. Okay, you're nervous. Then you're going to have a coach with you. Your coach could be me as a virtual coach. Your coach could be your mom. Your coach could be your dad. Your coach could be your cousin, someone who is over 21 who has a license. You have to start slow. We're not driving on main roads. We're driving in the neighborhood. So this means you're going to back out, you're going to cover your brake, you turn the wheel to the left, rear of the car goes to the left. You turn your wheel to the right, the rear of the car goes to the right. I recommend, because why? I'm a state certified driving instructor. I live in the Midwest. These lessons will help you. You want to go to the end of your block and practice stopping. You stop, you look left, you look right. When clear, you gently accelerate and turn the wheel, and you accelerate out of your turn. I want to see you go through your neighborhood making right turns. I want to see you go through your neighborhood. Let's continue on. When you're in the neighborhood, it's going to be low volume, low traffic, low potential for us to crash. Now, the relationship that you have with your instructor is extremely important. You need an instructor who's patient. Experience is a good key. So, patient instructors are nice. They don't yell at you when you make a mistake. What is a mistake? You're going to overturn the wheel and you're going to go over the curb or hit the curb. A good instructor will just turn the wheel back. Good instructors give directions in advance. You're going to be nervous, you're going to be overwhelmed. So, good instructors give you examples at the light. I would like you to make a left turn. Also, they use their hands. If you've seen my videos and you need to be subscribing to the channel, Driving with Myles, subscribe first. Then you're going to be pushed out a lot of different content, but this is a little different format. You will be visually there with me, virtually there with me, and then you will connect. So you want an instructor or your coach to give you directions in advance. Remember, you haven't been in a car before. You're nervous. Your heart's beating. It's pounding. Your hands are sweating. I've seen students have sweat dripping from their hands just like water. So as an instructor, I'm saying to myself, wow, I've got to really be gentle. I've got to have my kid gloves on. I got to have my adult gloves on, because the things I say, you will take it to heart. So I want to stay relaxed. I don't watch you drive. If I'm on the right side and we're in North America, our steering wheel is on the left, okay? I'm in the passenger seat up front, and I do have a dual mirror because I'm in a driver's head car and I have a brake. Contrary to what you think, I don't have a steering wheel. So, my job as your instructor, your coach, your supporter is to make sure you're comfortable, to make sure you feel safe. And it usually takes about 15 minutes for you to feel safe, for you to feel comfortable. And that being said, when you're safe, when you're comfortable, you're going to learn more. You're still very nervous. When cars come up, you're going to grab that wheel and you're going to kind of drift to the right or drift to the left. My job is to give you that support. And I don't make last minute decisions. You're a coach, your mom, your dad. But my mom and dad scream at me. They're going to lock up. You're going to lock up. You can't learn if someone is screaming at you, hollering at you, belittling you, calling you names. You're this, you're that. You're going to shut down and you're not going to want to drive. If you've been there before, raise your hand. Been there before as an instructor. So, what I need you all to do is think of a visual demonstration. We're coming up to the corner. We look left, we look right. Our hands are at 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 7 and 5. That's a whole nother discussion, but have both your hands on the wheel and you're making a right. So you want to inch the car forward, lift your foot off the brake, and then gradually come up and look, and then you turn hand over hand. We're doing hand over hand right now. I know there's more than one way to turn the steering wheel. You can palm it. You'll lose control. You can reach underhand. You'll throw the wheel. You'll lose control. We're not talking about losing control. We are beginning drivers. I'm your instructional coach. I'm giving you feedback. Turns. I want to see you control the car, master the car. Steering styles will vary because you're going to learn from me. You're going to learn from your mom. You're going to learn from your dad. You're going to learn from your bestie. You're going to learn from your boy, learn from your girl. You need to develop a style that is comfortable for you. I'm 6'4". I have very long arms. So 7'5" might be better for me. 11'1" or 10'2", I might be too close. You want to be about 12 inches or less, about 12 inches from that steering wheel. There's an airbag in the middle. Steering is the foundation. So this is why we're driving in neighborhoods. We're making 12 right turns. We're making 12 left turns. I want to see consistency. We're not worried about going on the main road. We're not worried about parking. We're just feeling comfortable with the car. You have to feel comfortable. Good instructors, good teachers like myself show you, hey, I want your hands 9 and 3, 10 and 2. A lot of beginners make the wheel small. If you make the wheel small, you're going to throw the car to the right. It's going to go over the curb. You're going to hit the gas and hit a mailbox. Now you're crying. Now you're upset. Now your coach is screaming at you. No, 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 no. We don't want to do that. We want to build a system of comfort, of communication, and of trust. I have to trust you. Why? Open your hands. My life in your hand, your life in your hand. So, hands. I have to be able to trust you. And if I don't trust you, then you won't drive. Your parents don't have the brake on the passenger side like I do. Your parents don't have a mirror. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting all nervous. No, you have to remind your mom and dad or your coach, mom and dad, I'm learning. Please be patient with me. I want to take my time because there is no race. Typically, your mom and dad are going to be working. They're going to be coming home from work, maybe 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7:30. You can go through the neighborhood, making those right turns, making those left turns. You might be able to find a parking lot in your neighborhood. What are we doing there? We're just practicing going up into the driveway and trying to get the car between two spaces. You don't want to be too close to the right. You're going to sideswipe the car. You don't want to be too close to the left. It takes work. I'm going to say it again. WORK. If you are willing to work, you're going to be more successful. It won't happen overnight. And if your mom or dad is saying, I don't have time, I'm hungry, you might as well just go home because hunger, believe it or not, will make people very grumpy, very irritable, very short, very tired, and they don't have the patience. And you will make mistakes if you have your coach screaming at you, sweating, mad. You will feel some type of way. You'll feel worthless because they are only thinking of themselves. A good coach, a good instructor will put their feelings aside, and the goal is to help you learn how to drive because it's very stressful. You want a fun coach, you want a fun teacher. I need you to remind yourself to subscribe to me because what? I have a good sense of humor, I have experience, and I just finished my 2024 driver's education class. Every class is different. Each of you who will subscribe, follow me, support me, leave comments, email, I will reach out to you. It's important that we just take a step back. A lot of you want things so fast. It won't happen that fast. We see the picture of the young lady smiling. It's a process. How many lessons? 6, 8, 10, 12. It depends on the person. It depends on if they've been in the car. It depends on how well we learn. We're still in the neighborhood. We're not on the street. We have kids that don't understand the dangers of a car. We need to keep space to the right. We need to keep space to the left. We always want to have an out. O-U-T. Not like outside, but an out is room. You want to keep space. You have to take your time. And the honest truth, the neighborhood is the most dangerous place because 20 miles or less away from home, people drive fast. F-A-S-T. So you need to take a step back. You need to calm down and realize your goal. At the end of the day, I want to teach you how to drive. At the end of the day, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I'm blessed to be here in this position. And through my tutorials, through my videos, through my lives, through the one on one sessions we'll have, through you subscribing, you will learn how to drive because this is no judgment zone. I will listen to you, I will help you. We all start from zero. I started from zero. You learn every day, every second, every moment. You got up, God gave you another day. What are you going to do with it? You're going to watch my videos. You're going to become motivated, energetic, passionate. You're going to learn how to drive. I'm a very passionate person. God put me on this earth to teach people how to drive, to be in education, to be a former athlete, to motivate. I'm here to help you. Good instructors, good teachers, when they're on the road, they're very calm. They give you advice to improve your skill set. That's why we're here. You're here listening because you want to get better. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about pets. I'm talking about driving, taking on that personal responsibility because you're going to have a vehicle. You're going to have to get your vehicle serviced. You're going to have to get gas. You're going to have to become a defensive driver. But remember, we're still in the neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, you have little kids running in front of you. They see the car as a monster. They see the big headlights and the grill. It's a monster. They'll run out in front of the car. And you're like, oh, that kid. Kids don't know. And a lot of parents don't train kids not to run out in the street. And it's your responsibility, it's my responsibility to teach you to cover your brake. That means you have your foot on the brake, you slow down. The speed limit in the neighborhood is 25. I'd like us to go between 15 to about 21, 22 miles an hour. We're looking left. We're looking straight. We're looking right. We're looking right. We're looking straight. We're looking left. I have to see the eye movements. And if I see the eye movements, then I'm going to give you feedback on your evaluation. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. If this is bringing you value, just subscribe. I am encouraging you to live your best authentic life. Is driving for everyone? No. You might not have the money to get to the DMV. You might get your permit, but you don't have money to get a car. Your parents have to work. They're working for the next 7, 10, 12 years. So now you have to get a job. Well, I graduated or I didn't graduate. Well, you better go to night school. You need to do what you need to do to get your DEG, to get your high school degree, to start working because a lot of us in North America live in industrialized areas. You have to be able to travel. Remember, we're still in the neighborhood. You made 12 right turns. You made 12 left turns. I see consistency. Now let's practice pulling into driveways. I'll tell you a story. When I first was teaching driver's ed, I had a lady pull into a parking spot. I wasn't aware what happened. She hit the gas instead of brake. Boom! We hit a brick wall. Needless to say, my boss was not happy with me. I got my butt ripped. You weren't covering the brake, blah, 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 blah. I said to myself, wow, this is how he talks to me? This is how an adult man who's a multimillionaire talks to someone? Our relationship was different from there. Mistakes happen. Things happen. We called the towing company. We filed a police report. The next lesson, the lady drove for a couple other lessons and she passed. It happens. So when someone is making a turn into a driveway, make sure they're covering the brake, because when you go over that lip, you jerk and hit the gas, the car will lunge forward. Parents, you will not have a brake. Adults, teens, cover your brake. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, thumbs up, share. Bye.